What if you could see your death before it happened? What if fate wasn't just a concept, but a force that fights back when you try to cheat it? Welcome to Final Destination, a horror franchise that turns the inevitability of death into a relentless predator. But what if I told you there's more to this series than just gory Rube Goldberg kills and eerie premonitions? In this video, we're diving deep into every film in the Final Destination series, uncovering the rules are simple, or so they seem. In every Final Destination movie, a protagonist gets a sudden premonition of a horrific accident. They react, save a few people, and then death comes for them one by one in the exact order they would have died. No killer, no ghosts, just fate correcting itself. Here's where things get really interesting. The premonitions in Final Destination are actually given by death itself. But why would death warn people about their own deaths, only for them to die later anyway? The answer is both simple and terrifying. The characters who receive these visions were never meant to die in those horrific accidents, at least not at that exact moment. Death doesn't like being cheated, and it uses the premonitions as a twisted setup. By giving these characters a glimpse of the disaster, death causes them to panic and escape. But in doing so, they disrupt its design. Death then comes for them one by one in an order that follows the original plan. Think about it. In every movie, the survivors always die when they least expect it. The premonition isn't a warning, it's bait. Death lets them believe they've escaped, only to reclaim them in sudden, elaborate, and ironic ways. This makes the eventual deaths more meaningful, more fearful, and in a way, more satisfying for death itself, almost like a cosmic punishment for defying fate. This theory is further supported in Final Destination, Bloodlines, where the protagonists believe they've finally outsmarted death, but in a shocking twist, they end up dying unexpectedly, proving that death was always in control. The illusion of survival is part of the game. Some fans even speculate that the premonitions could be a form of cosmic balance. Since the survivors were not supposed to die at that moment, the premonition serves to correct the timeline by setting things in motion, ensuring death's design is ultimately fulfilled. It's like fate playing chess, and the premonition is the opening move. In essence, the premonition isn't a gift or a chance. It's a curse. It's death knocking on the door, just a little early. What if death in Final Destination isn't just a force of nature correcting fate, but a conscious, malevolent entity? One that watches, learns, and takes pleasure in crafting elaborate, ironic deaths. The way it follows specific sequences, adapts when survivors intervene, and delivers visions that seem more like taunts than warnings, suggests a presence with intent. It doesn't just want people dead, it wants them to suffer, to fear, and to hope, only to be snatched away at the perfect moment. In this theory, death is not mindless. It's intelligent, sadistic, and playing a twisted game with every soul it claims. Final Destination isn't just about creative deaths and paranoia. It's a reflection of our deepest fear, that death is inevitable and maybe even personal. But it also raises a haunting idea. What if the real Final Destination isn't death itself, but what comes after? So next time you see a near miss or get a strange gut feeling to not get on that plane, remember, maybe death is just keeping score. What do you think? Is death just fixing fate, or is it something way more sinister? Drop your theories in the comments. I read every single one. Until then, stay safe, and maybe don't follow that truck carrying logs.